And welcome everyone to RPI Basketball, coming to you live tonight from the East Campus Arena in Troy, New York. I'm Yancey Roy, bringing you the play-by-play of tonight's Liberty League game between the RPI Engineers and the Clarkson Golden Knights. An important game early here in the Liberty League schedule. RPI 10-2, tied for first place right now. And the Clarkson Golden Knights coming in 5-7 overall, 2-3 in conference games. Lost a couple of heartbreakers last week, so they'll be out to rectify that this weekend on the road. But first, we're going to pause for the national anthem. And as we get ready to tip off here, again, a reminder, this is Liberty League basketball between Clarkson and RPI here at the East Campus Arena in Troy. RPI comes in at 10-2 overall, 4-1 in conference. That's good for a first place tie with Ithaca, who defeated the Engineers right here in Troy last weekend. So those two teams are tied for first right now. Vassar, the defending conference champion, is next at 4-2, but it looks like it's going to be a tight race. Skidmore is right there with the others at 4-2. St. Lawrence looking to improve from last year. They're off to a good start. They're 3-2 in conference. Clarkson, as we said, is 2-3, 5-7 overall. They lost a couple of heartbreakers last weekend at home, a 2-point loss and a 3-point loss to Vassar and Bard, both coming down to the final shot of the game. So some tough luck for the Golden Knights, and now they have to go on a long road trip starting here in Troy. If you're not familiar with them, a couple of names to take a good look at is number 3, Ryan Miles Ferguson, and number 23, Blake Gerhardt. Those two guys, both starters, take basically twice as many shots as anyone else on the team. So they run a lot of offense through number 3, Miles Ferguson, and number 23, Gerhardt. Ryan Miles Ferguson comes into the game averaging 16.5 points per game, leading Clarkson, and Gerhardt at 11.3. They're the only two double-figure scorers. Other guys to watch out there for Jack Dalgetty, number 21, and at center, Teddy Fravel, big guy in the middle for them, as well as Frankie Rainville, usually rounds out the starting lineup in a sort of a 3-guard set. And off the bench, Garrett Delaney, a 6'2 guard, gets a lot of playing time and averages nearly 10 points a game. Now, for your Engineers, you're probably pretty familiar with them, but we'll go over some of their numbers as we get started. A lot more balanced attack than Clarkson in terms of the shot distribution. You'll see a lot of guys get opportunities, usually for the Engineers. Johnny Agbazo leading the way at 13.9 points per game. Dom Black coming in at 11.8, and Avery Eugster at 11.7. Will Rubin plays a lot of point guard, handles a lot of the point guard duties. He comes in at 9.9 points per game. And rounding out the starting lineup tonight will be Brian Kelly, number 42. He's had an ankle problem. He's missed some games. He's only played in 7 games, and he's only started 3, but he's getting a start tonight. He's one of their guys they depend on the wings to hit some three-pointers and open up the offense. And we're underway, and Clarkson has the tip. tight RPI defense. They come in allowing just 58 points a game. That's been their trademark through these last couple of seasons. There's a long three-pointer, and that one is good by Jack Dalgetty. Dalgetty, their fourth leading scorer at 7.9 a game, opening up with a three-pointer from the wing. Here's Euchster up on the elbow. And there's Kelly, as we mentioned, the guy they're counting on for threes. That one's a little bit strong, and the Golden Knights will bring it up the other way. There's Ryan Miles Ferguson, number 3, their leading scorer. It's Frankie Rainville in the corner. There's a three, and that one rattles home. And the Golden Knights, as we said last week, 2 heartbreaking losses. Off to a hot start, hitting their first 2 three-pointers, and they have a 6-0 lead here in Troy. That's Will Rubin out on the point. That's Euchster now on the elbow, being guarded by Miles Ferguson. Backdoor cut and a nice one. Oh, and a blocked shot, but someone got him on the wrist. Will Rubin will be going to the line for 2 shots. Looks like the foul is called on Dalgetty, number 21. So our first foul of the night. And Rubin heads to the line. Will comes in shooting 81% on his free throws. And of course I jinxed him, so he misses the first one. Out of 2, and the Engineers are on the board. It's 6-1. We played 1 minute and 15 seconds here in the first half. Again, we're at the East Campus Arena in Troy, on the campus of RPI. There's Miles Ferguson. Boy, he likes that wing shot from the right corner, and we're going to have a quick timeout for RPI. Coach Mark Gilbride not liking the defense. So by the way, if you're looking out there, the ref talking to Euchster and Teddy Fravel, 2 of the inside players, kind of mixing it up a little bit, and the ref trying to just sort it out, keep everything from getting too chippy early on. So, wow, what a start from Clarkson. Can't ask for anything better. 3 out of 3 on three-point attempts, and the Golden Knights are out to a 9-1 lead in the first 1 minute and 23 seconds of action here. A little discussion with him, and that foul's going to be on Euchster, his second. So he's got 2 fouls. Just 2 minutes and 40 seconds into this game, and so he's going to take a seat. And out there in his place will be Will Fredericks, the 6'4" senior out of Cornwall. Miles Ferguson spin move. Gerhardt will take the 3. A little strong. 11-1 Clarkson as we get to the 17-minute mark here in the first half. Engineers cold on offense. Kelly from the corner. A little bit strong. He's 0 for 2. Here's Miles Ferguson. RPI, again, with one of the best defenses in Division III basketball 2 years running, and again this year. Up. Gerhardt can't get the roll. They would like to keep the game in the 50s. Black gets around Gerhardt, but nice help defense by Ryan Miles Ferguson. Although he touched the ball last out, and it'll be Engineers basketball. That's Will Fredericks on Bazo. Engineers 0 of 4, but there's a nice cut to the basket by Don Black, and that's what you're going to like to see the Engineers want to do through this game. Cuts along the baseline, cuts from the angle towards the basket, and just enough three-point shooting to keep the defense honest. It's a nice offensive rebound by Rainville. Fredericks. Rainville beat him to the punch to get the ball. A little collision, and the foul's going to go on Fredericks. And that is team foul number 3 for the Engineers. Miles Ferguson, 2 of 2 in three-pointers. Now tries to get it down low. Spin move, a right-hander's a little bit strong by Finn Cork, who came into the ball game to play center, replacing Teddy Fravel for the Golden Knights. Nice move in the middle, Kelly. Oh, just a little too strong, couldn't get it to fall. Engineers 1 out of 6 shooting so far. They trail 11-3. Their defense has gotten tighter since that early run. As you can see, that one's off the mark by Miles Ferguson, in part because Kelly was right there on him, didn't allow him any breathing room in the corner. And the Golden Knights now cooling off after hitting their first 2 3-pointers of the game. They're now 4 of 9 in shooting overall. On Bazo, a little strong. Gerhardt cutting over to hustle for the rebound. Engineers 1 out of 7 shooting so far this evening. A little short, well short actually, by Delgatti rather. Got a hold on Gerhardt, grabbing Dom Black as he was trying to post up with position there. We're going to get some more substitutions for the Engineers. Number 4, Chuck Clemens coming in. He's starting to get a lot of playing time this year off the bench. Also, number 15, Colin Baker coming in for Kelly. There's Chuck Clemens, who's going to be out point. Bazo tries to take it inside off the glass. Can't get it, and the rebound comes to Mateo Sinan. And for the first time for Clarkson. That's Cork Finn inside in a collision, and it's going to be an offensive foul. Nice positioning there by Colin Baker, number 15, just into the ball game. He stands only 6'3". He's going up against Finn Cork, who's 6'7". So his best option is to really just have good footwork and get defensive position, and he did right there. And he drew the offensive foul. Will Rubin trying to get around Gerhardt. Fredericks, strong drive to the basket. It's going to count, and a chance for a 3-point play, and that fires up the RPI bench and maybe gets the team rolling after a really slow start here. The Engineers scored 3 points through the first 5 minutes and 50 seconds. And we're 1 of 8 shooting until that basket by Will Fredericks. 3-point play makes it 11-6, and now that's 5 straight points for the Engineers. This is Sinan into the ball game for the first time. Out of bounds, and it's going to be Engineers basketball. Garrett Delaney checking in now, number 30. See there for Clarkson. He's the guy with the goatee. He's their leading scorer off the bench. Coming in at almost 10 points a game, just checking in for the first time. Rubin, back out to Baker. Rubin trying to set up strong drive to the hole, off the glass. Nice rebound inside by Bazo. He gets hung up there. I think it'll be probably Delgatti that gets the foul. We'll see. No, it's number 3, Ryan Miles Ferguson. His first foul of the ball game. It'll be a 2-shot foul for Bazo, who has yet to score tonight. Perfect. Now 11-7. And now it's Clarkson that's going through a scoring drought. And what you're seeing is the Golden Knights made their first 2 3-pointers of the night to get out to that early lead. But ever since then, RPI defense has been much more aggressive, much more in the face of the Clarkson offense, and not allowing them any room and really forcing them to move the basketball. And it's paying off. And they're really holding Clarkson to a dry spell now. And 11-8, a timeout here with 13:23 to go in the first half. checking some quick stats. Clarkson is 4 of 10 shooting overall, 3 of 7 from three-point land. That's 43%. RPI, 2 of 10 shooting, including 0 of 3 from three-point land. Rebounds are pretty even, 8 for the Golden Knights and 6 for the Engineers. Turnovers, Clarkson has 3 and RPI 0. Bazo. That's Fredericks. Three-pointer, a little strong by Baker. Cork Finn, or rather Finn Cork, pardon me, with the rebound. Clarkson coming on in 5 minutes without scoring now. Mid-range jumper is up and good, and boy, that's a nice shot there by Mateo Seinen. His first basket of the game, and that ends a more than 5-minute drought for the Golden Knights. They are up 11-1 with 17:53 to go, and they didn't score again until about 12:50. Bazo wide open. Perfect. And the lead that was once 10 points is now down to 2. Miles Ferguson hit his first 2 shots of the game, got out to 6 points. Been quiet since then. It's Aiden Koshak into the ball game for the first time. Engineers a chance to tie or take the lead. Strong move to the basket by Baker, and he's fouled. Fouled by, well, it'll be on Kosak. I thought it might have been on Cork. It'll be on Kosak, his first. And so Colin Baker, chance to score his first points. He's got 1. And a chance now to tie the game for the first time tonight. Clarkson has led the entire way. Came out firing with a 3-pointer to open the game. And 2 minutes and 7 seconds in, they were up 11-1. Sparking a quick timeout by RPI coach Mark Gilbride, and ever since, the RPI defense has been really tough. And they've held Clarkson at just 2 points since then, and we're now tied for the first time tonight, 13-13, with 11:45 to go. And Seinen, he'll take a long 3. It's a little short. Rebound by Fredericks, and the Engineers have a chance to grab the lead for the first time tonight. Brian Kelly back in the ballgame. Dom Black trying to post. Nice cut by Kelly in traffic and gets the left-handed layup to go, and RPI has its first lead of the night, 15-13 over Clarkson. Brian Kelly had missed some games with an ankle injury. There's a steal by Black and a save, and it's going to be Fredericks back to Black, and now the Engineers, who don't run often, and try to run it now. Oh, I think we've got Clemens was standing on the sideline, his heel out of bounds, and so it'll be Clarkson ball. A slow start for the Engineers. If you missed the opening, they were down 11-1, and a timeout by Coach Mark Gilbride turned things around. Since then, RPI has outscored Clarkson 14-2. Seinen, nice move to get away from Clemens, and he drills home a 2-pointer. That's his second bucket of the night. He's provided a spark off the bench for the Golden Knights, and we're tied again at 15. Kelly, it's Clemens. Nice spin move, but he loses the ball. And they're going to say, I believe that Delaney with the grab. And that is, well, it's a shooting foul, but let's also point out that now Clarkson has 7 team fouls in the first half, which is over the limit, and means RPI will be shooting on every foul for the rest of the half here. Ryan Miles Ferguson going to take a breather, and Dalgetty back into the ball game for Clarkson. Will Fredericks, 5 points off the bench, and nice effort so far in the first half for him. And the Engineers lead at 17-15 as we get near the 10-minute mark here in the first half. As Delaney, Kosak, try to get it to Cork. A nice defense for RPI, won't allow the lob pass inside. Engineers a chance to extend their lead for the first time tonight. Chuck Clemens. That's Euchster back into the ball game, even with foul trouble. Euchster at the free throw line, trying to drive, spin, move, back outside on the wing. That's Kelly. Still trying to find his range from the wing there. Oh, nice recovery by Synan. Almost walked. Instead, he got the pass off to Finn Cork, 6'7" center, biggest guy on the court. Makes his first basket, and we're tied again at 17. Well, a nice cut to the basket. A good idea by Dylan Matchett. A low pass, kind of hit him in the shin. Couldn't quite get a handle on it, and Clarkson basketball. There's Synan. He's been their best player offensively the last several minutes here. No drive. There's a tip inside. Oh, boy, that's a nice follow by Teddy Fravel. Crashing the boards, getting the tip in, his first basket. And Clarkson back on top, 19-17. Clarkson has the 2 biggest guys that have been out on the court tonight, Fravel and Cork, both going 6'7", so they have that advantage inside on the Engineers. Dom Black in trouble. Get called for an offensive foul. Kind of got hung up in the air, wasn't sure what to do. Got a pass off into the corner, but came crashing down into Dalgetty, and so he's going to get called for the offensive foul. Clarkson 19, RPI 17, 8 minutes and 18 seconds to go in the half. RPI cranking up the defensive pressure here, not allowing many open looks. Here's Synan with the bigger Euchster on him, not allowing him to get a look at the basket. Shot clock at 5. Someone's got to put it up. Synan will. Kind of had to, and is a little strong. RPI chance to tie or take the lead. Oh, Euchster kind of all lost the handle. There's a three-pointer by Dom Black. His first three-pointer of the night. He's got 5 points, and the Engineers back out on top, 20-19. There's Synan. Fravel, corner Kosak. Shot clock at 4, 3. And a long heave is no good there by Dalgetty. And as you see, the RPI defense just tightening up, not allowing many open looks and forcing a kind of a desperation shot. And there's a three-pointer. Dylan Matchett, the freshman, 6'3", out of Milford, Connecticut, with his first basket. And the Engineers with their biggest lead of the night, 4 points. It's 23-19. Travel, I believe. Yep. And some RPI starters coming back into the game. Rubin in. And Ambazo, also Fredericks coming back in. So to set the lineup, you've got Ambazo and Fredericks. And Matchett sort of in the forecourt, if you will. Rubin and Clemens, the guards, handling the ball. There's Clemens. That's Fredericks out on the wing. Miles Ferguson back, Ryan Miles Ferguson back in for Clarkson, number 3. He's their leading scorer so far tonight with 6. And there's Will Rubin. And RPI's three-point shooter is starting to warm up now. Rubin and Matchett earlier. Dom Black. Engineers now up by 7. There's a nice defense there with Matchett kind of just swarming to cover Miles Ferguson, leading to the steal and an open 3 for Fredericks. Won't fall. Dalgety kind of retrieving the rebound. 7-point lead for the Engineers, and you get the feeling that Clarkson's kind of just hanging on right now with its fingernails, trying to not let this lead get out to 10 or more points. Dalgety, nice strong move, left-handed shot, won't fall, a tip won't fall. He's got it again, and that one finally goes in. Given points for perseverance, Dalgety, 3 tries, 2 offensive rebounds, and he gets it to fall to stop this RPI run of 9 straight points. And makes it 26-21. Ambazo can't get it to fall. Neither team lighting it up shooting-wise overall. Clarkson 9 of 22, RPI 7 of 19. And again, the Engineers started 1 of 8, so it's not so bad since then. In and out three-pointer. Frankie Rainville, who's back in the ball game. And we're going to have a timeout. Timeout on the floor, 4:51 to go in the half. RPI 26, Clarkson 21. Get you some individual stats here during this little break. Leading scorer for Clarkson now is Jack Dalgety with 7 points, followed by Ryan Miles Ferguson with 6, and Mateo Simon with 4. Total rebounds, Dalgety leading Clarkson with 4, and Frankie Rainville, point guard at 5'10", has 3 rebounds for the Golden Knights. Over on the Engineers side, again, it was a slow start offensively. 1 out of their first 8 shots. Right now, leading scorers Dom Black, Johnny Ambazo, and Will Fredericks with 5 apiece. Will Rubin has 4, and Dylan Matchett with 3. Leading rebounders, Will Fredericks and Johnny Ambazo with 3. Ambazo leads with 2 assists, and Dom Black has 1 steal. Nice cut. Fredericks finds the open man. Not forcing it. Shot clock at 10, so still time. Nice strong move by Ambazo. Can't get the fall. Struggle for the rebound, and Finn Cork out muscling Ambazo for the Golden Knights. Oh, nice hustle by Fredericks to try to tie up the ball. It's Malachi Harris, first time in the ball game, 22. Gerhardt's been quiet tonight, number 23. Oh, a foul on a 3-pointer. Ambazo went out there to try to provide, cause some interference, and he ended up running right into the landing spot of Frankie Rainville. And so the result is Rainville's going to get 3 free throws here with 4:07 to go in the half. That's Rainville's first point of the evening. He's a 5'11" guard from the Capital District. He's from East Greenbush. He went to Columbia High School. Brian Kelly, 42, back in, as is Dom Black. So you basically got Ambazo, Kelly, and Matchett in the front court for the Engineers. Rubin and Black as guards. Out on the wing Let's match it down to Rubin, looking to post up if he can. Nice defense by the smaller Rainville. Spin move out in the corner. Kelly still looking for his range there on three-pointers. He's the guy they depend on for distance, and he's coming off an injury. He just hasn't warmed up yet tonight with those shots. Clarkson has a chance to pull within one, but there's a nice steal by Dom Black, the two-time Defensive Player of the Year in this conference. Nice cut to the basket by Rubin. Crashing defense and a block shot by Rainville. Shot clock still at 10. Dom Black, oh, is there a push off by Garrett? And that one pretty obvious. And Black, foul is called before the shot. The only significance of that is that means that Dom Black goes to the line with a 1-and-1 situation here rather than two shots. And he misses it. Harris with his first rebound of the ball game. Cork, a little strong. Dom Black with the rebound. There's a long three that's a little strong. Gerhardt with the rebound for the Golden Knights. And Simon back in, handling the point guard duties for Clarkson. Again, 26-23. Getting close to the 2.5-minute mark here in the first half. There's Miles Ferguson. Nice drive, and he gets the high layup off the glass. Ryan Miles Ferguson made his first two three-pointers of the ball game within the first 2 minutes. Had been quiet until then, but he makes that basket, and he now has a game-high 8 points for Clarkson. Armbazo can't get it to fall, and Harris, his second rebound of the game since checking in just a minute or so ago. He'll take a three. Oh, and that's perfect. The left-hander with his first bucket of the night. And look at this, Clarkson's back out on top, 28-26, and that's going to spur a timeout call by RPI coach Mark Gilbride. So the Engineers were on quite the run there. They had a 9-0 run to go from 2 down to 7 up, 26-19, but they have not scored since. And instead, it's Clarkson with a 9-0 run. And the Golden Knights sticking around and causing trouble for the favorite Engineers here. They now have a 28-26 lead. RPI hasn't scored since the 6:22 mark. Will Rubin made a three-pointer at 6:22, and that gave RPI a 26-19 lead. And then Clarkson now has run off 9 straight. Again, this is Liberty League basketball coming to you live from the East Campus Arena in Troy. And Yancey Roy on the call here for you for RPI basketball. The Engineers come in 10-2 overall, 4-1 in conference, which right now is good for a first-place tie with Ithaca College. Clarkson 5-7 and 2-3. Under 2 minutes to go in the half. Kelly short on the three-pointer, still looking for his touch from distance. Clarkson a chance to extend its lead. Miles Ferguson up to Gerhardt, who hasn't scored at all in the first half. Here's Simon, long three, it's a little short. Right place, right time for Cork to get the rebound. Here's Harris. This is Miles Ferguson who put up a long two. Rebound pulled down by Matchett. I mentioned Gerhardt because he's the second leading scorer for Clarkson, 11.3 a game, but he's been shut out here in the first half. There's going to be a body foul. Oh, a travel. A lot of contact. Armbazo was trying to muscle his way in. RPI wanted the foul on Cork with the chest, but instead it's a walking call Bazo. Getting down to 1 minute to go in the first half. Gerhardt. That's Sinan out on the wing. Strong move. Used his left arm to get some little... You see Dom Black under the basket giving the gesture to the ref of that Sinan threw his forearm, and he kind of did. He did throw his left forearm to get some distance, some separation from Black. Didn't get called for the foul, but didn't make the basket either. .40 seconds to go. Rubin. It's a little short. RPI fairly ice cold on its three-point shots here tonight. .22 seconds. Shot clock at 14 right now. Sinan, shot clock at 4, 3. Got to put it up somewhere. Desperation. No, he didn't get that shot off. Nice defense by the Engineers. Brian Kelly and others swarming, not allowing Clarkson to get off the shot in time. So it's a shot clock violation with 5.5 seconds to go here in the half, or are they going to bump it up now to 6.2? So 6.2 seconds in. Harris leaving the game for Clarkson and Kosak in. Now 6.2 seconds to go. RPI down by 2. Dom Black trying to drive hard into the lane. Clock running down, and it won't fall, and it's too late for the tip. So that's your first half here in Troy. Really good first half. If you're the Clarkson Golden Knights, they lead it 28-26. And we're going to take a break here during the halftime. We'll come back a few minutes before the start of the second half to go over some of the stats. Again, you're listening to or watching RPI basketball on RPI TV from the East Campus Arena in Troy. Yancy Roy on the call for you. Again, the halftime score, Clarkson 28, RPI 26.
Kelly, is Missy watching? Is Missy watching? Because she's saying, her mother said no broadcast.
And we're back here at halftime at East Campus Arena in Troy on the campus of RPI. Your halftime score is Clarkson 28 and RPI 26. Yancey Roy on the call for you here on RPI TV. We'll go over some of the first half stats here in a low scoring game, which is typical of your RPI games. 28-26, Clarkson leads it. Both teams really cold, especially the Engineers in that first half. They were shooting just 7 out of 26 for 27% as a team overall, and also just 27%, 4 out of 15 from three-point land. Clarkson just a little bit better, 11 of 29 for 38% from the field. And their three-pointers, they're 4 out of 12. Total rebounds, decidedly in favor of Clarkson, 23-16. Engineers winning the turnover battle, though. They only have 4 turnovers, and Clarkson has 19. Largest lead in the ball game was 10 points. Clarkson led it 11-1 within the first 2 minutes and 7 seconds, if you missed that. Engineers had a lead 26-19 with 6:22 to go in the half and didn't score another point the rest of the half. Clarkson scored the final 9 points to draw back ahead 28-26. Looking at some of the individual totals for Clarkson, pretty balanced scoring. Leading the way was Ryan Miles Ferguson with 8, followed by Jack Delgetti with 7, Mateo Sinan off the bench with 4, and Malachi Harris off the bench with 3. Rebounds, they are led by Blake Gerhart with 5, although he didn't score a point. He's our second leading scorer, but he did not score, but he did have 5 rebounds. And also off the bench, Finn Cork with 4 rebounds for the Golden Knights. Over on the Engineers side, again, shooting as a team, not very good in the first half. The silver lining of that is you got to figure you're going to shoot better than 27% in the second half. So in the first half, they were led by 3 guys with 5 points each. Will Fredericks came off the bench for 5, and Dom Black and Johnny Angbazo also with 5. Will Rubin had 4, and Dylan Matchett with 3. Rebounds, nobody standing out far ahead of the crowd there. Angbazo, Black, and Fredericks with 3 apiece. Dom Black did have 2 steals to lead the defense for the Engineers. So we're ready to get underway here in the second half in Troy. It's Clarkson 28, RPI 26. And looking at the standings, just to keep this in context, the Engineers come in at 10-2 overall, 4-1 in conference, which right now has them tied for first place with Ithaca. Clarkson comes in 5-7 overall, 2-3 in conference. And as I mentioned at the start of the game, and it's worth mentioning again now, Golden Knights lost 2 heartbreaking games last Friday and Saturday. Both of them coming down to the final shot, losing to Vassar by 2 and Bard by 3. And early on, we're going to get a foul call, and that's going to go against Aiden Kosak, who's getting a start here in the second half. He was trying to get position on Angbazo. It was an early call, 13 seconds into the half. Clarkson was over the limit in that first half and started piling up some fouls, so keep an eye on that in the second half. Dom Black out there with Will Rubin, the same 5 starters out there, Brian Kelly, Avery Euchster, and Johnny Angbazo. Here's Rubin, shot clock at 4, now at 2. Rubin's gonna force it up, and he gets the roll. So Will Rubin in traffic ties up the ball game 28-all. And a good start shooting-wise for the Engineers after such a ice-cold first half from the field. Here's Miles Brian Ferguson losing the dribble. Angbazo, they're going to try to run. Euchster all the way back to Angbazo. Maybe overpassing there a little bit. And it'll be out of bounds. It will be Engineers basketball. 28-28, just 56 seconds into the second half here. Black thought about a 3, then tries to drive inside. Rubin, pump fake, spin move, And boy, Will Rubin, 2 for 2 here in the second half. Both times in the lane, both times getting the roll. And the Engineers lead at 30-28. Gerhardt in and out. Gerhardt's their second leading scorer, but he has still not made a basket tonight. Boy, a lot of fighting for position there between Dom Black and Blake Gerhardt. And Gerhardt's going to get the foul. Gerhardt, a 6'1" guard out of Milford, Pennsylvania. Engineers have seen him a lot through the years. He came in as the second leading scorer on the season for the Golden Knights, but has been shut out so far. Three-pointer from the corner is good. Avery Euchster and the Engineers, if you missed the first half, they were ice cold shooting, 27% from the field, and they've come out hot here in the second half. 2 buckets by Rubin and now a three-pointer by Euchster, and they've scored the first 7 points of this half. There's a nice tip away by Euchster. Rubin right there to get the deflection, and the Engineers chance to extend the lead. Dom Black off to Euchster on the free throw line. Nice feed to Rubin, but couldn't hold the pass. Euchster gets the rebound, or rather the deflection. There's Angbazo from the corner, a little strong. Oh, a tremendous effort there by Euchster to try to save it. Crashes into the RPI bench, but he's okay. (33-28). RPI leads Clarkson. The Engineers have scored the first 7 points of this second half. And Clarkson struggling to find its offense right now. Frankie Rainville, point guard, bringing it up, number 10. That's Kosak. Gerhardt, he'll pull up a long 2, and that's going to be a little short. And he's had a hard night shooting so far here for the Golden Knights. Nice cut inside. Euchster can't hold it. Scramble. Fight for the ball, and the possession arrow means Clarkson basketball. Frankie Rainville. Push off inside on Fravel. And that's the third team foul for Clarkson here in the second half. And they ran into foul trouble in the first half, went over the limit, and here in the second half they picked up 3, just 3 minutes into the half. Angbazo, or rather that's Euchster, too much. And Kelly gets called for the foul. He's fighting for the rebound, but maybe ill-advised. Ball's in the enemy lane, and Miles Ferguson with a hand already on the basketball. So RPI offense has warmed up from the first half, but their defense is still playing tough. They have held Clarkson without a point for the first 3.5 minutes of this second half. Miles Ferguson off the glass, can't get the roll. Euchster there for the rebound. Going on 3 minutes and 40 seconds without a point here for Clarkson. Nice spin move. Rubin can't get it to fall. Ryan Miles Ferguson with the rebound, and he's going to run. Nice cut pass there to Gerhardt, and he finally gets one to go. Blake Gerhardt, their second leading scorer on the season, started the game 0 for 4 from the field. Gets the layup there on a nice fast break by the Golden Knights. Their first points of the second half, and it cuts the lead to 3. Euchster, here's Rubin. Shot clock at 10, and I think we're going to have an offensive foul. Rubin pleading his case. I didn't see the foul from here, but Rubin thought it should have gone on Clarkson, but the ref kind of showing him that he leaned in with the shoulder, indicating there was an offensive foul on Rubin. Anyway, here we are, 15:35 to go, 3-point lead for the Engineers. And there's a nice touch by Kosak. His first bucket of the night, and it's down to a 1-point lead. Nice cut to the basket on Bazo. Oh gosh, it rolled all the way around the rim, but wouldn't fall. And Clarkson's going to have a chance to regain the lead. Synan back in the game playing point guard, number 5. Down low, that is Cork trying to use his height advantage. But boy, nice defense by Eugster. He's giving up like 3 or 4 inches height-wise, but just kept his body in front of Cork and prevented that shot from going in. Rubin complaining that his wrist was being held. To no avail, it'll be Clarkson basketball. Again, another chance for the Golden Knights to regain the lead. It's been a seesaw game. If you missed the first half, Clarkson led 11-1. RPI went on a long, sustained series of runs to go up 26-19. They were up 7. That's their biggest lead. And then they didn't score another basket for the last 6 points of the half. Clarkson scoring the last 9 points and going up 28-26 at halftime. There's a tip by Matchett inside, and it might be a foul on Matchett, maybe before the shot. Let's see. You know, it's going to be 2 shots. It is foul on Matchett as Finn Cork was going to the line. Cork, the backup center, has gotten a lot of playing time here in this ballgame. 13 minutes so far. He's 1 out of 4 shooting from the field, and that was his first free throw attempt. And it ties the ballgame at 33. Clarkson 4 out of 5 as a team from the free throw line, and they now lead by 1, 34-33. Nice cut to the basket by Rubin, but a nice defensive recovery by Miles Ferguson. Now Bazo inside are just having tough luck around the rim. The Golden Knights running back the other way. That's Delaney, number 30, back in the ballgame. There's Ryan Miles Ferguson. Ooh, in and out. Looked good when it left his hand, but it just wouldn't fall. Delaney. Now, that's his first basket, and that's got to be a good sign for Clarkson. Garrett Delaney is their 3rd leading scorer at just under 10 a game, but he'd been scoreless in the first half, so maybe he's warming up, and he gives Clarkson a 4-point lead. Again, it's just, boy, it's been a game of runs. RPI scored the first 7 in the second half. Now Clarkson has scored 9 straight. Rubin, nice fake. He'll go up again with the 3, and it's a little short. And Synan, Mateo Synan, the shortest guy on the court, comes up with the rebound. Here's Delaney. Inside Cork. He's got the height advantage over anyone RPI's put out there. Oh, and that's going to be some offensive goaltending against Kosak. He's trying to time the tip, but ended up getting his hand on the cylinder. So offensive goaltending on Clarkson. RPI will bring it back the other way. It's 37-33. Engineers trailing. 12:43 to go. A wave of substitutions for the Engineers. Rubin is out. Kelly is in. We've also got Clemens and Black out there, along with Matchett. Here's Eugster. Shot clock at 6. and we're going to have a foul call on Ryan Miles Ferguson. Not a shooting foul. It's the 4th team foul. 2nd for Ryan Miles Ferguson. Here's a three-pointer by Black. It's a little short. Delaney with the rebound. And the Engineers get on a cold stretch here. They scored the first 7 points of the half and went up by 5 and haven't scored since. Ryan Miles Ferguson there coming up a little short on that one. He is 3 of 9 on the night after hitting his first 2 shots. Euchster goes down inside, no call. A lot of contact down low as Black was trying to get position. And it's going to be Finn Cork. His 2nd foul, 5th team foul for Clarkson. Kelly for 3, and he's got it. Boy, RPI has been waiting for that to happen. Brian Kelly, the guy they rely on for distance, comes up with his first three-pointer of the night, and it cuts the lead to 1. That's Kelly applying the defense on Ryan Miles Ferguson. Oh, and he's going to get called for the foul. He tried to, basically do the closeout, the defensive thing, kind of moving in on the shooter, but looks like he came down under him, and that was the call. And so Ryan Miles Ferguson will go to the line. He is the leading scorer on the court tonight with 8 points. He's a senior guard, 6'2", out of San Mateo, California. Gerhardt in, Kosak back out for Clarkson. Clarkson as a team is 6 of 7 from the line, and they have a 3-point lead with 11:20 to go here in the second half at the East Campus Arena in Troy. Chuck Clemens down low. That's Matchett trying to go on Delaney. Nice behind the back pass to Euchster, but the shot was no good. I don't know if it got blocked or just hit the underneath of the rim. RPI with the ball. Shot clock's at 13. Clemens tries to drive it. Doesn't have a good angle. Euchster with a lot of hustle, diving to the floor, and he'll end up with a jump ball with Delaney, and I believe the possession goes to RPI now this time. Yep, it does. So here we are, 10:55 to go in the half. Clarkson 39, RPI 36. Dom Black trying to get post-up position on Ryan Miles Ferguson. Throws it off to the wing. Euchster from the corner. Oh, I don't think he got it off in time. Nope. Shot clock violation. He faked the defender to get some open space, but it just took a fraction of a second too long, and it ends up being a shot clock violation. Gerhardt. That's Delaney. It's a little too far out. Chuck Clemens with a nice rebound in traffic. RPI can tie with a 3. Inside Matchett runs into a wall of goal, but there's going to be a foul call. I think it might have been Delaney who got him on the arm. Yep, Cork was going over to help, but Delaney, someone hacked him for sure. You could see that clearly. And Matchett will go to the line for 2 shots. And by the way, that's 6 team fouls now on Clarkson. So getting close to the limit here in the second half. Gerhardt with the rebound. And a tough break for RPI. Matchett comes up empty on that trip to the line. Synan, long 3 from the wing, and he's got it. Oh, it came up short. I'm sorry. It looked like it got nothing but net, and it did, but that's because it didn't go through the cylinder. RPI showing a lot of hustle, a lot of diving to the court here. Dom Black, Avery Eugster hitting the deck a couple of times, and that one will result in a foul on Delaney, which I believe, well, it might be his second. I thought it was his third, but it looks like his second. But maybe the more important, it is his third. The more important factor here is that's 17 fouls on Clarkson here in the half, and that means Black will now go to the line for 1-1. And every foul from here on out is going to be a shooting foul for the Engineers. Dom Black, 6 points. And this is the second one. Oh, nice rebound by Brian Kelly. Eugster now. Engineers can tie with a 2, take the lead with a 3. Shot clock at 6. Chuck Clemens. Oh, he got it blocked. Oh. And his foul is going to be on 30. Delaney, his 4th foul. He will probably be headed to the bench now. He's picked up 4 fouls pretty quickly here in the second half. It honestly looked like he'd blocked the shot cleanly, but maybe he got him with the body. In any case, Clemens to the line for 2. And Delaney's going to head to the bench. It's a tough night for him. He's their leading bench scorer, coming in at just 10 under a game, but he's going to take a rest now. He's only scored 3 points, but he's got 4 fouls, and he's going to be out for a while with 9:27 to go in this game. Malachi Harris in, and he gets the rebound. Kosak also in. So they've got Synan and Harris at guards, Kosak, Gerhardt, and Cork as your front court. Sort of a 3-guard lineup, really. Gerhardt, Harris, and Synan. Shot clock at 10. Harris. Synan, swarming defense. He'll take the 2 inside, tipped away by Cork. Nice rebound for Cork to tip it to his teammate Malachi Harris. Golden Knights get another shot at it here. Shot clock at 10. Here's Harris, a little strong on the 3-pointer, and that's Clemens with the rebound. RPI with a chance to retake the lead. Some collision down there, and Clemens hanging tough, putting it up off the glass for the 2-pointer, and RPI regains the lead now 40-39. 8.5 to go. Three-pointer, Gerhardt. It's been a tough shooting night for him. It's been a tough shooting night for most of the guys on the court. Nice play there. Nice positioning by Matchett and nice vision by Black to see him down low. Gets the pass to him, and the 2-pointer gives RPI a 3-point lead, 42-39. Timeout Clarkson now. 8:06 to go in the second half. Man, it's been a game of runs. Basketball always is, isn't it? But this time even more so. If you missed the first half, Clarkson got out to an 11-1 lead in the first 2 minutes and 7 seconds. And then they went ice cold. RPI had a couple of long sustained runs, ended up with a 26-19 lead with 6:22 to go in the half. And then they didn't score, and Clarkson scored the last 9 points to go up 28-26 at halftime. RPI came out in the second half, scored the first 7 points. Clarkson came back with the next 9 points, and it's kind of been like that way ever since. Clarkson had a 37-33 lead, but since then, RPI's rallied with a 9-2 run here, and they're up by 3 with 8:06 to go in the second half. most of the same 5 out there for Clarkson. Sinan at the point, along with Harris and Gerhardt as the other guards. Kosak and now Fravel back in at center. Sinan scored early off the bench, but now has gone cold himself. Missed his last 2 shots there. Euchster and RPI with a chance to extend its lead. Will Rubin back in the ball game handling the point. And he's got the ball down on the block against the taller Fravel. See whether he tries to use his speed here inside. That's Dom Black. Back to match it. Shot clock at 5. Now 3. Rubin's going to heave it, and it's a little strong. Tough battle for the ball. And Kosak bounced the ball off of Dom Black, but before he was able to do that, the ref said that Kosak's foot hit the sideline. And so his foot was out of bounds when he grabbed possession, and that means it'll be RPI basketball. Engineers up by 3. Their biggest lead was 7. There's Kelly. Can't find the range. And Clarkson can tie it with a 3. Malachi Harris stepped on the sideline and out of bounds, although honestly kind of a late call by the ref. And Ryan Miles Ferguson, the leading scorer for Clarkson, is back in the game. Kosak now sit out, and Clarkson normally goes with a 3-guard lineup, and now it's basically a 4-guard lineup out there with Fravel in the middle as the center. Rubin, shot clock at 6. Now at 3. So nice save by Kelly, but the man who was there for the ball was Rainville. Here comes Gerhardt. Nice cut down low. Oh, he won't fall. Oh boy, that was a beautiful pass from Gerhardt to Rainville, but just a little too much English on the ball and it wouldn't fall. And it's still a 3-point lead for RPI. Angbazo with it now. Down low, Rubin. Rubin trying to get position. He likes that move inside. Can't get it to fall that time, and Ryan Miles Ferguson with the rebound. Under 6 to go. Low scoring ball game, which is typical of RPI. Boy, nice move. You got to give him credit. Nice move by Malachi Harris, but just couldn't get the roll. And Golden Knights kind of frustrated. That's a couple of shots in a row there where they've made a good play, but just can't get the basket. There's a steal by Gerhardt. Malachi Harris. Shot clock down at 15. Oh, there's a big collision, and that's going to be an offensive foul against Ryan Miles Ferguson. Dom Black drawing the charge, and people who have followed RPI basketball for the years have seen that happen a lot. He excels at that. It's part of the reason why he's been the Defensive Player of the Year 2 years running now in the conference. 42-39 and RPI by 3. Both teams kind of hit the offensive doldrums here in the last 3 or so minutes. It's been hard for anyone to get a basket. Angbazo, strong move from the corner. Kelly, and he hit it. Brian Kelly is a guy they count on for distance. He's missed part of the season with an injury, and he had a slow start shooting-wise tonight, but hitting a big three-pointer right there. He's now 2 of 8 from three-point land. And the Engineers now with some breathing room. A 6-point lead with 4:43 to go in the second half. Both teams still struggling overall. RPI just hitting 30% of its shots. And that's the same percentage for Clarkson, 30%. Rebounds still favoring Clarkson, 37-33. Turnovers still favoring RPI. They've only turned the ball over 10 times, Clarkson 16 times. And again, your leading scorers, Ryan Miles Ferguson for Clarkson with 10. Will Rubin and Brian Kelly have 8 apiece for the Engineers. Engineers on a bit of a run here, the last 9 points, and 9-0 or 12-2, whatever you want to count it. They were down 39-36. And now with a 9-0 run to be ahead by 6 points. Their biggest lead on the night has been 7. Clarkson has not scored since the 11:20 mark on 2 free throws by Ryan Miles Ferguson. Malachi Harris from 3, and he's got it. Second three-pointer by him, and the Golden Knights really needed that one. That is their first three-pointer since the 13:37 mark, so they went more than 9 minutes without a field goal. But they're still in this ball game because it's been a defensive struggle or an offensive struggle all night for everybody. It's 45-42. Fighting for the ball, and Cork's going to pull it away from Euchster. And Clarkson has a chance to tie with a three-pointer here as we get under the 4-minute mark. And Ferguson's going to take that three-pointer and come up a little short, and Dom Black's got the rebound inside. So he was feeling it. He had a chance to tie it, but Ryan Miles Ferguson just a little short on that three-point attempt. Nice cut to the baseline by Dom Black. Blake Gerhardt and Black going back and forth. Gerhardt thinking that Blake got away with a little push and pull there to get free. And RPI up by 5. Offensive foul called on Harris, and boy, Clarkson does not like that call. Dom Black saw the play developing and got over there near the restricted area, but I don't know. I'm not too sure about that one. Bazo trying the baseline, now out to Rubin. This is Dom Black. Euchster open from the corner, no. Nice rebound inside by Kelly, hustling for the rebound there. In and out by Angbazo. Clarkson survives another trip down and has a chance to cut into the lead again as we're getting near 2.5 minutes to go. Malachi Harris, he likes that left side, but can't hit that one. Kind of rushed that one. He found himself open and wanted to fire off the shot before the RPI defenders had time to react, but he was off the mark, and so it's still a 5-point game as we get down to 2:20 to go in the half. Oh, wow. Just a little too much mustard on that pass, maybe? Euchster firing it over on Bazo and everybody there, and it will be Clarkson basketball. Five-point game. RPI over Clarkson as we get down to 2:08 in the half. Delaney's back in the game. He's got 4 fouls, but he's one of their better scorers, so he's back out there. Miles Ferguson. All of his three-pointers have been coming up short in the last few minutes, and that one does too. They've only had 1 field goal, Clarkson has, since 13:37, so they've gone 12 minutes with just 1 field goal. Here's Euchster. Oh boy, in and out. Everybody's just a little bit off tonight. just can't get the roll. It's been tough for both teams. That ball bounces off the head of Black, and then down low, Cork is right there to recover and put it in for 2, and that allows Clarkson to get within 2 points. (47-44), 3-point game, coming down to the final 1 minute and 23. Man, it's been a defensive struggle, rather an offensive struggle, really, for both teams tonight. But they're hanging close. .123 to go in the ball game. Final 83 seconds here is going to decide this game, or maybe not. Maybe we could head to overtime. But it's been an offensive struggle for both teams. But Clarkson just staying alive there. Nice effort by Finn Cork to grab that ball off the block and put the basket in off the glass to cut the lead to 3 with 1:23 to go. 47-44. RPI ball, and be aware that Clarkson has 10 team fouls, so any foul is going to be a 2-shot foul, or RPI to the line for 2 shots here. Euchster off to Rubin. They're going to try to run some clock here before putting up a shot now that we're getting close to a minute to go. Rubin using his left arm to get free from the corner. Black hits it. RPI has not made many 3-pointers tonight, but boy, that was a big clutch one by Dom Black, their leader for the last several seasons here at RPI. He's Defensive Player of the Year last year in conference, and coming up with a big 3 there makes it a 6-point game with just 60 seconds to go. 50-44 Engineers. Black now the leading scorer on the night for RPI with 11. And he's 2 of 3 from 3-pointers, 3-point land rather. It's been a tough shooting night for pretty much everybody. Black 2 of 3 from distance. Brian Kelly 2 of 8. Nobody else has made more than 1 from the RPI squad this evening. And on the other side, they've had their struggles too. Ryan Miles Ferguson is 2 of 7 from 3-point land, but he hit his first 2 to open the game. He hasn't made any since then. So 50-44. Now going to be some urgency on the Clarkson offense to get a basket and get one pretty quickly. If you're looking at 3-pointers, not fared all that well tonight, of course. But one guy to watch is Garrett Delaney. He's their best 3-point shooter on the year. He's hitting 48%. And he made 1 earlier tonight. He's been on the bench with a lot of foul trouble. He's got 4 fouls, but he's a guy to watch for a 3-pointer. Also, Ryan Miles Ferguson hits 44%. There's Miles Ferguson inside, trying to put it up, but it might have been partially blocked by Angbazo. In any case, Angbazo comes down with the ball, then Cork kind of in desperation committing the foul, and now Johnny Angbazo is going to head the other way with 2 free throws and a chance to, boy, just almost put ice on this one if he can make 2 of these shots. He's had a struggle on the season, coming in just 53% from the line. Oof. That looks like so many shots tonight, just in and out, in and around the rim for both teams. Mateo Synan also checking in for Clarkson. He is a 33% shooter from distance. So they've got some of their 3-point shooters out there. Delaney, Gerhardt, Synan, and Miles Ferguson. All right, 7-point lead, which means a 3-possession game as we get down to 45 seconds to go in the second half. Gerhardt, losing it off his knee, tried to hurry too fast. Dom Black's gonna go all the way. And he's going to draw the foul. And again, it's a 7-point lead now. 2 more free throws might pretty much put this one on ice for the Engineers. He's the one who made the big 3-pointer from that right corner just a minute ago, which kind of got RPI some breathing room. At the time, it was just a 3-point game, 47-44. He hit a big shot from the right corner, putting the Engineers up 6, and now can make it 9, as he does. He has a team-high 13 points as we get down to 35 seconds here. RPI not wanting to foul, giving Ryan Miles-Ferguson some room. He drives all the way and gets the layup. 12 points on the night for him. He leads Clarkson, but it's still a 7-point game with 31 seconds to go, so that's 3 possessions. It's going to be mighty tough here. The question that you face if you're Coach Gorski for Clarkson is, how soon do you foul? You can't let RPI run any time off, but maybe you go for an initial steal and then foul if you don't get that, because you can't waste much time here. Just 31 seconds to go. You're in a desperation mode. Rainville is going to check in at the scorer's table for Clarkson. So it's interesting. They've taken out Cork, their center, even though they're going to be on defense. So I think what you're going to see right now is, and they've also taken out Delaney, who has 4 fouls. So they've got a lot of quick guards and no guys out there with foul trouble, with serious foul trouble, rather. Gerhardt does have 4 as well. So you'll see one of those guys, probably not Gerhardt, take a foul. They'll go for a steal, and if they don't get it, take a foul pretty quickly. Clemens is going to be the guy to trigger the ball here for RPI. On to Rubin in the corner, and there's an immediate foul. And Will Rubin came into the game as a 75% free throw shooter on the season, although he's just 1 of 2 tonight. So that makes him 10 of 14 for the season, 71%. And really, with 30 seconds left, he's, well, I was going to say, he might not even need these free throws, but certainly if you get these free throws, make the challenge much, much tougher for Clarkson. Delaney is back into the ball game. He has 4 fouls, so they've been subbing him out on defense because he is their best 3-point shooter. 9-point game, under 30 seconds. And we've got some sort of issue, I believe, with the clock. Maybe didn't start on time. So we're going to reset the clock and go again. In some ways, this kind of help RPI get their defense set. Clarkson had tried to run the ball up quickly and had kind of penetrated to the 3-point line. But now the Engineers will get to reset. 9 seconds to, or rather 9-point lead for RPI with 30 seconds to go. So it would take a miracle at this point for Clarkson to pull it out. Signing all the way to the basket, cuts it to 7, but the clock now at 24. And there's a foul by Delaney. He didn't want to be the guy to commit the foul because he's got 4, but nobody else there to help. So he had to do it. He picks up his 5th foul, and that means the Golden Knights' best 3-point shooter is out of the ball game. Rubin 12 of 16 from the line on the season. Reminder, RPI hosting 2 games this weekend. Tomorrow, they will tip off at 4 o'clock against the St. Lawrence Saints. With the win, RPI will move to 5-1 in Liberty League play. We haven't had a chance to check the other scores, but they came into tonight tied for first with Ithaca. That ball is stolen by Black, and now we're just going to see running out the clock. We're under 10. It's a 56-48 lead for the RPI Engineers. It's a hard-fought ball game, and give Clarkson a lot of credit. The underdogs played a really tough ball game, had a lead at halftime, but couldn't sustain it in the second half. And your final score, RPI 56, Clarkson 48.